But I really ask us to unpack our obsession with edges and with like this like fake lock, slick down, slick wet dog kind of looking long with the loose ends. Why is that what we want? It's like no matter what you do, if you take blackness, it's like whiteness is like a gravitational pull. Doesn't matter. You take and it's we slowly end up just moving right back to lighter, looser things.
Sometimes it don't make no sense. Does it really have to?
Hi, welcome to mayowasworld. Okay, y'all, today's topic is about freeform locks, 4C hair, lock desirability, and yeah, I'm gonna get into it pretty quickly. I don't want this video to be too long because I do all the closed captions for my videos myself, so sometimes the longer videos take a lot out of me. So this video should be kind of quick. But I want to talk about like lock desirability and texturism. Boom. So first I'm going to talk about faux locks, and then I'm going to talk about like real people who have like real locks. So I've noticed that when people get faux locks done, and mind you, I'm not someone who, when I'm not trying to read in a rude way, because everything I'm reading I've done myself, right? I'm somebody who has real locks. I've worn fake locks. I don't have any issues personally with that right now. But what I'm gonna say is, when people do faux locks, fake locks in their hair, I've noticed like a trend called like the goddess locks or whatever people can call it, because it's always changing names every couple of years. But it's like this thing where they're locks and then they have like loose ends, and it's almost like people really desire locks that have a 3C hair texture. And I want to like unpack that, because as someone who has freeform locks, what I didn't expect with my lock journey was how my hair turned out, because a lot of times the people who we admire their locks actually have looser hair textures that we're admiring within their locks. Who's someone who has like a loose, who do we love with locks? Take for example, right? Lisa Bonet. People are always like, oh, Lisa Bonet's lock. Like Lisa Bonet has like a 3A hair texture. So that's why her locks look like that. And I feel like a lot of people like that style of locks on their hair. And I think that's really interesting that people don't like notice that even within the lock community there is texturism within it, because there's certain locks that are more desirable and other locks that are considered more kinky and nappy. And yes, I use the word nappy. Yes, I know you don't like me using the word nappy because it comes from a negative place. No, I'm not a desirability type, politics type person, so I still use the word nappy. Please, I beg, don't come for me for that, because anytime I make any of these videos I say the word nappy, everybody wants to hound on me for that. I use nappy when describing my hair texture. I use nappy when I'm not gonna call nobody else's hair nappy, but I'm trying to say people don't desire nappy hair. Let's be real, okay? Kinky hair, nappy hair, da da da. People don't desire it like that. And we like always kind of show like the looser hair of every single, like if you have an afro, you're gonna be showing 3C hair. If you have locks, they're gonna be showing 3C hair. And I want to talk about the hold that edges have on us as black people, including myself of the past, right? Like I said, when I'm dragging others, I'm dragging myself, because I also was doing these things and I also subscribe to these things. And the ways in which like people go through such painful things to have edges that lay down, like I'm gonna say it, and y'all don't argue with me, argue with your mama, but our obsession with edges, like slick edges, is directly related to like whiteness and like Eurocentric standards of beauty and like just non-blackness. Don't argue with me, don't come in my comments, hey, listen, don't shoot the messenger, I beg, because the ways in which we suffer just to have edges does not feel normal. Yes, I am fully aware that there are black people who naturally have edges, okay? Just like there are black people who naturally have more slender noses, okay? But that's not necessarily the majority of us. So what ends up happening is the majority of us are chasing a minority thing. And that's always problematic, because this edges thing, like the fact that like edges, like slick laid down edges has been so associated with blackness, to the point where now non-blacks can do it because their hair naturally will lay down, because they naturally have straight hair. I feel like should be showing something, you know what I'm saying? Like it's giving it's giving, I want to look like, it's giving straight in the front, Negro in the back. Listen, I be saying, maybe I didn't say it the right way, but I find it. And also I want to also say too, I used to have 4C hair, right? I have 4C hair. I used to have 4C loose hair, not locked. There was a time in my life, don't judge me. There was a time in my life when I used to perm just the edges of my hair so I could slick down the edges and have a nappy hair in the back. So please don't tell me like, oh, the obsession isn't real. I was obsessed with wanting to have baby hair. We always feel like looks are not done unless they have a slicked edge. What was that little cute little black girl who modeled for like the Gap or H&M or some white racist brand or something like this? And then people ended up dragging this little girl because she didn't have her edges done. Like, the ways in which we expect edges as like a final touch is strange. And by strange, I mean it's giving colonial. It's giving non-black loving features. And I also just want to say too, like when we look at freeform locks and stuff like that, even the locks that people really like if you Google freeform locks, most of the people that they're showing you do not have freeform locks. And I only learned this after freeform locking. And the locks that we do like within freeform are the ones that have looser hair textures as well. Like, it's not people who have 4C hair. Like, look at that one woman, June or something like this. She has like a looser hair texture. So her hair might be freeform, but it's not going to be like, it's not giving 4C, right? And so a lot of these images, I'm going to show some images of things that's not 4C, that's not freeform locks, that people say it's freeform locks. And I just think that it's interesting that even within like having locks, there's like a certain aesthetic that people really like. Like, everybody wants to get locks to look like Lauryn Hill, and like full homage to that woman for carrying just the weight of culture on her back and just looking as stunning as she does. But a lot of our hairs are not like Lauryn Hill's hair. I don't know what kind of hair texture, like Lauryn Hill, even the kind of locks that she had is not freeform. Lauryn Hill very much so had manicured locks, okay? And I think her hair texture is just a different, like, I think she might have 4B hair texture or something like that. She has kinky hair, but I feel like everyone goes into it with the expectation that's what it's gonna look like. And realistically, if you have kinky 4C hair, it's gonna be looking like my hair, and that's okay. And I feel like people should have space for that. But I really ask us to unpack our obsession with edges. And with like this like fake lock, slick down, slick wet dog kind of looking long with the loose ends. Why is that what we want? And it always reminded me of when like non-black people get dreads. And it kind of looks like we taken they locks and then we put it on our head as like an aesthetic. That's what it always reminded me of. Like, I was like, oh, these locks don't look like locks that would grow out of like my scalp. I know we have some black 3C girlies. Please, I beg, don't attack me in the comments. I know I'm not saying that if you have 3C hair, your hair, it's not, please, I beg. But I'm saying that it's always a desirability. It's always pushing to everything. It's like no matter what you do, if you take blackness, it's like whiteness is like a gravitational pull. Doesn't matter. You take, and we slowly end up just moving right back to lighter, looser things. And I just want people to really see that and to realize that like expecting people to do their edges is already a big expectation. And also, why do we want to do it so bad? Where is this coming from? And by where it's coming from, I know where it's coming from. And I also like want to free us from, I think a lot of times when we talk about like blackness, people think it's always like black and white. And when I say like Eurocentric standards of beauty, you think I'm talking about white people. Yes, because Europe and white, yeah. But I also mean just like people who are non-black as well. Like, I extend that. And I try to use the word non-black now more than I do use the word white, because I realize that every single culture eats from black culture and has benefited from black culture. Find me in the comments, don't find me in real life. So that's all I wanted to say. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.